All right, dear friends, family, and whoever else has stumbled upon this video, thanks for watching. It's been almost exactly 1 year since I set off on the road on a scuba and travel journey to see the world and see everything that the underwater world had to offer. And I haven't posted much, a few stories here and there. You might have noticed for the last few months I've posted a lot of stuff about the war in Israel. I'm Israeli and American. And it's very, very dear to my heart. What's going on there matters to me a lot, and I stay abreast of all the goings on and all the things that are happening there. And my friends are using me as like a go-to kind of person to talk to about these things, and I appreciate it. So you can message me anytime if you want to talk about it. I'd like to. It's pretty clear what side I stand on. I'm very, very much in support of Israel just completely eradicating Hamas and Islamic Jihad from Gaza. And I don't know how they're going to do it. And it's very, very painful to watch. It's really painful to watch all the loss of life in the Palestinians. It's super painful to watch and get the notifications every day of more Israelis dead. And to know that millions of Israelis are going into bomb shelters all the time, and it looks like there's going to be a war with Lebanon, and it's just, the whole thing makes me very sad. But I did get a chance over this past year to do fun stuff, not just dwell on horrible things I don't really have a lot of control over. So without further ado, I'm going to show you a little video here of what I've been up to. So the last video was Philippines. Up until the end of February. And then after that, in March, I went to Mexico. And Mexico was awesome. It was super, super cool. I saw these amazing cenotes, which are these sinkholes in the limestone with fresh water that's ultra crystal clear. Here are a couple of highlights of what's to come in this video. It was really, really a super, super special experience, and I went with a really good buddy of mine and made a new friend and our buddy Charlie. But arriving, I didn't know what it was going to be because it was this crazy storm, lightning like I'd never seen, and it was just such a trip watching it from the airplane, as you're seeing right here. Thank goodness they have all the tracking and stuff that they can go around these things nowadays. Anyway, that's Charlie and Brendan, my two buds, and that's me without the scruff. You can see why I wear it. The first cenote we did was Casa Cenote. It's like a beginner one because it's super shallow. Yeah, it has this sandy bottom. There's fish and things growing in it. The water I think is brackish. Saw a little bit of marine life in there. It's really shallow, and I think Charlie, who's a cave tour guide and instructor, I think he just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be out of my element, that I was going to be able to dive and not freak out in this kind of overhead environment. It was such a beautiful, beautiful place, this Casa Cenote, and got some nice shots here, as you can see. I was a little bit nervous about the cenotes. I really went into diving for the marine life, but oh my God, Brendan, what a crazy, crazy bastard. Look what he's got right here. That is a crocodile, and he's inches from it. Inches. And he was trying to get this shot, so I gave him my camera to try and get this one over-under shot, and did he get it? And let's see what happens here. I think he got it. Just barely got it. Pretty cool, huh? I was staying a solid 20 feet away, knowing that if the croc gets hungry, he's just gonna eat Brendan, and I'll be all right. But he wasn't, and it was all good. Nicteja was a pretty beautiful cenote. That's the first real cenote we did because Casa Cenote was super basic and ultra shallow. This one, you basically really go into a cave. So this is the entrance, super beautiful. Yeah, Charlie and Brendan are, in a lot of these shots for perspective and because they're just, they're there. So I'm sure Charlie's been the star of a lot of people's underwater videos. But you go from the entrance here and you just start cruising in, and then it becomes like a real cave. What a trip, huh? First time being in that kind of environment for me, where it just becomes, you know, as you keep going in, it becomes total darkness except for the lamp that you've got on. And they really, there's Brendan right there, they really don't want you to turn off your lamps when you're under there, like it's one of the rules. Because I guess people get disoriented and maybe they forget how to turn the lamp back on, or maybe it malfunctions, I don't know. You're not supposed to turn them off. So you go through with the lights on the whole time, but sometimes you can point them different directions to get a cooler view. Gnarly caves here. You know, these were above ground, above the water at some point, and formed all the stalactites and stalagmites, and now they're completely submerged. Who knows for how many years, I really don't know. But I'm guessing after the last ice age, because look at this. They found stuff there. Now, not everybody believes that that's ancient, you know, 10,000 years old or whatever. Some people are like, yeah, that was probably put in there by people trying to promote tourism. I don't know. Dreamgate, look at this one. What an insane cenote, right? Like, you gotta be careful, you can't bump into anything there. And look at those crazy spikes coming down from there. So you gotta make sure your buoyancy is all right, and you don't wanna be floating upwards and hit your head on these things. Yeah, it was just a beautiful, beautiful cenote. That one was special. I remember kind of thinking that I didn't want to do this, but Brendan was so excited about it that I was like, all right, fine. You know, some of these cenotes look a little scary, you know, but man, it was so beautiful, such a surreal environment. And there's really almost no marine life in there, so I wasn't super interested in it. But man, it just looked so cool. I mean, this is some like Lord of the Rings kind of stuff right here, but you're underwater, you know, in this crystal clear, amazing water. I would definitely go back. Yeah, those are the remains of fallen stalactites, so you gotta be careful. Now this one was insane. You go through this halocline where I guess the salt water and the fresh water mix, and it creates this insane looking milky, frothy substance that we went through, and it stinks like sulfur. And you come through it, and this is like at 100 feet deep or something, and you come through and you get out, and then it's just beautiful, right? Like little pieces of the tree are sticking out, and it was pretty disorienting, but this was my absolute favorite because it was just so neat, you know? Such an otherworldly experience, you know? I keep trying to tell people like diving is like going to another planet, especially when you see all the aliens under the water. Here in these cenotes, I mean, look at that. It really does feel like you're on another planet here. Really spectacular. That's a Brendan right there. It was awesome. So that was the first part of the trip. You know, these are what the cenotes look like on the outside. Some of them, you know, really spectacular beauty. Got super lucky to be able to go and explore these things. That's my boy Brendan, who was the one that kind of, you know, got me to go. Anyway, so that's my first part of my Mexico trip. It was only about 10-12 days, give or take. And I'll put the other stuff in another video after this. So anyway, thanks for watching.